What we do here is go back.
Only little things, but these map updates, they're just so good. They blow my puny little mind. Hello there and welcome to PlayStation Grenade. Season X has arrived and with it comes a metric ton of map changes, from the obvious to the secret, from the wow to the is that it? Oh, okay. Season X is taking us through time, so expect ridiculous changes throughout the entire season. Like Tilted becoming the Wild Wild West. Yeah, it's potentially true. If you're new around these parts and you didn't know, I'm trying my best to get to 1 million subscribers, and in return, I'll reveal my fugly face to you to give you nightmares. Sounds like a good deal, right? Anyway, let's get on with this. Season 10, Week 1, let's do this! Where do we start? How about the biggest thing possible? Hut Watch! No, I'm kidding. We'll start with the big-ass meteor suspended in the ether. Yes, indeedy do, Dusty Depot is back in all its glory. And yes, I do say depot, not depot. So let's agree to disagree and still get along, yeah? The real word is French, so we all should really be saying depot. Depot. Because of that language barrier, my friends and I began to call this area Dusty Deadpools. Don't know why I told you that. Completely pointless. So, back in Season 4, the meteor hit the island and turned Dusty Depot into Dusty Divot. But now that time is relative, we are currently living a millisecond from disaster, as the meteor just sort of sits there waiting. So, if the asteroid never hit us, then the visitor never visited, and the rocket never flew. And a cool nod to that storyline is buried inside that floating rock. None other than the visitor's chamber. That's damn cool. Do you remember Season 4 trying to figure out what was inside? Those were the good old days. Not only is Dusty back all original and OG, but so too are the factories. Personally, one of my favourite landing spots in Season 1, mainly because it was usually empty, but judging by how many people keep saying that they love that place, this place is going to be stacked this season, so probably avoid it. Nearby also returns the small containers, which made me remember about my awesome building skills back in Season 2. Check this out. I'm like a turbocharged snail. Oh, don't dab. Sorry, I didn't know I was gutter trash. Still am. Nearby the new old Dusty, are the remains of the monster from Season 9. The Destroyer of Worlds still has the sword through his skull, but the land nearby is beginning to flourish. New plant life springing up constantly. This looks important for the future, so let's check back here next week. The incident which caused all this time-bending shenanigans, the orb at the Loot Lake, has unleashed an anti-gravity field, a zone to frolic around in. Once again, I don't expect this to stay for very long, so now's the time to relive your anti-gravity days from when Kevin the Cube made those weird lifts on the floor. Oh, and speaking of Kevin, how do you think he'll return? He has to, doesn't he? I'd love to know your thoughts, so chuck them below. I have a feeling that the power supply at Tilted is going to cause a blackout and revert to another time period. Yeehaw, monkey fluffers. The Wild Wild Wiki Wild West. Remember Old Man Truckosaurus just above the track? Well, in the OG Fortnite days, he was frail. He had a walking stick in hand. Then in Season 9, he had a major upgrade. His walking stick became a sword, foreshadowing the robot lifting the sword in the final battle. But now, here in Season X, hang on, do we say Season X or Season 10? Roman numerals are all great, but we don't call 007 OOVII, do we? Sorry, moving on. Anyway, now in Season 10, Truckosaurus is a monument for that final battle. Repainted to resemble the Power Ranger-style Voltron character, and the sword, it's a loft in victory. Sadly though, his drift arm is a pile on the ground, so tough break bro. In the real fight, his arm dropped into the ocean. So remember that, because I think it's going to be something later in the season. Right, now it's time. The one the real fans want. Hut Watch. The greatest storyline in Fortnite history, the shack which was destroyed by Kevin the Cube and slowly painstakingly slowly, the rebuild began. Now, in week 1 of season 10, we have one extra piece of wood. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, wow, hallelujah. Am I right? Hut watch forever! Before I get into Wakanda Forever memes, I'd like to thank these fine specimens for their support in Season 9. You guys are legends to me, please remember that always. If you're buying things in Season 10, please think about using code Adamaru. The plan is to give all this money back in giveaways. At the moment, we have community meetups over on Twitch, so you're welcome to join and win some goodies. Anyway, let's move on. Thanks again. Oh, now it's time for a sad one. The Stone family. I cannot find them anywhere. Season 8 saw Rock the Dwayne Johnson and Sharon Stone begin courting, and that instant love resulted in unprotected sex. And Kid Rock was born. He went out into the world last season only to be moments from death on a cliff edge. Luckily, Pebbles the Rockviler, you get it, yeah, came to his rescue, but now they've all gone. That extra dog is still there sniffing a toilet, but I don't think he's supposed to be there. But saying that, we all know someone who likes to smell toilets. Don't we? That was weird. So where will they reappear? Let me know your thoughts. Okay, here's a cool change which will take weeks to come to fruition. Just by the Elon Musk face, north of the Stone family plot, is this monstrosity. Can you tell what's happening here? Yes, indeed, Risky Reels is coming back. At the moment, it's just a sofa and a screen, but you mark my words. In 6 weeks, this will be the home of movies. Movie night is coming to Fortnite. Maybe another creative video competition is on the way. I do hope so. Over to Tilted Towers, or Neo Tilted as it's now called. Last season, did you notice the building site, which never really changed? Well, this season, that is a thing of the past. The first steps, the baby steps towards a new building is in place. Yeah, it's super subtle, but it is there. We'll do our usual thing and keep coming back each week to witness the erection of a building. You're so dirty-minded. You need to stop that. There is still more. Let's go south to Westworld. For the last few seasons, I've been besotted by a house which every week had more chairs added to it. It was so strange. Well, check it out this season. Shut the front door. The chair house has a rival. This is the TV house. Random guesses needed. What the heck is this for? A challenge probably? Or something bigger? We shall see. Just north of Westworld is something very sinister. Get your eyeballs round this. A small building out in the wilderness with suspicious tentacle-like roots protruding. I've looked around. I've racked my brains. I cannot figure this out to save my life. I am dumbfounded. Any help would be greatly appreciated. What could this monstrosity be? And one more before we finish. Back in the olden days, when Flush Factory wasn't crushed, just up the road from it was a chair. A simple, oversized chair. That became a sleigh when Christmas rolled round, and when Singularity popped up last season, it changed again into a spaceship. Have you been back this season? In season 10, it's a chair again. Isn't that right, lovely? Let's do some more updates which are so random yet so fantastic. Down in the snowy south, it looks like Flush Factory may be about to make a comeback. Or rather a splashback. Yeah, I write my own jokes. Check out this oversized toilet! And look what's inside too. There's also a giant teddy bear stuck in a shack just as the desert biome begins. And that crashed battle bus we've had since Fortnitemares, that has now gone. A Lazy Link sign has suddenly appeared over in Lazy Lagoon. Fingers crossed we get the golf course back. And there's a gnome army building just to the west of Pleasant Park. This is nightmare fuel. Oh, and one last thing, the Pleasant Park sign has been updated. Whoa, have we done it? I think we have. Other little things I noticed were the island-wide airstreams have been taken out and the geezers have stopped doing their thing. So I'm expecting the Easter Island heads to reappear next week, hopefully with rifts too, because I bloody love those things. Please let me know if you see any other changes. We have a Discord and if you'd like to contribute to it, it would be much appreciated. We have lots of cool people. Most of them are cool people, some of them are just weird, just really weird. But family is a family. Right, I'm going. I haven't slept for 43 hours, so I'm off to bed now. I'll be streaming again this weekend if you want to jump in for some community shenanigans. I'll be giving away more battle passes for those who don't have them yet. Anyway, it's been emotional. I'm Adam from PlayStation Grenade. It's been a pleasure. See you next time.